Hi, I'm Leroy Morrison with Cheeseworks Videos, and tonight we're here at I-35 Speedway for Pro Ag Night of the Races. We'll have our regular weekly racing classes along with the USRA Weekly Racing Series. And we've got drivers meeting over with, get the track prepped, and we'll keep on racing here at I-35 Speedway where there's more dirt tracking at its best. Let's get to racing.
Tyler Cadwalder for the best USRA B-Mod racing from the I-35 Speedway and watch the Cheeseworks videos.
Awesome. Cool.
For this 15-lap feature event. Here they come. Hibner brings them out of turn number 4. Green flag is out and we are underway.
Hibner gets the jump. Noel into second. Daniel Harris third. Blake Pierce fourth. As Hibner went a little bit early, but the start's going to stay green, and he will lead down the back straightaway into turn number 3.
Hibner's got Noel to his inside. Noel gets a little loose coming down on turn number 4. It's going to allow the 7 of Harris to go right by him into that second spot. Noel is going to hang on to third, but it's Hibner with the lead as it comes out of turn number 2.
Hibner works down the back straightaway. Harris into second, Noel third, Pierce fourth. Ainsworth and Galvin battle for that 5th position as it will go to Ainsworth into turn number 3, but lap number 2, your leader still a 22L of Lonnie Hibner.
Hibner doing a good job there. A three-way battle there back in the field is, again, it's going to be Galvin. You can see the sparks flying out of the back of the car, and Ainsworth trying to hold on to that position as he'll do so coming down the backstretch. Hibner continues to lead. He's got Daniel Harris about 3 car lengths behind him as it comes to the start-finish line.
Tyler Cadwalder now into that 5th position. He was able to work around both Galvin and Ainsworth. Hibner starts to stretch his lead a bit. Daniel Harris is the only one seemingly able to stick with him right now. Ed Noel falling back in third. As Blake Pierce is one working the middle of the racetrack. As he gets a little bit loose, Cadwalder has to check up a little bit, and Ainsworth will look back to his inside off of turn 4.
Quickly, 4 laps click away, and a big incident there in turn number 4 as at least 2 cars are collected. They're in turn number 4. Caution flag comes out on lap number 4.
Yellow at the 0.
Group winner circle. Here they come. Hibner hits the gas out of turn 4. The green flag is out and we're back underway.
Hibner gets a good restart. He's going to bring Ed Noel with him. Ed Noel now is going to take that 2nd position back away from Daniel Harris. Harris works to the top side, but Ed Noel move him back to 2nd down the back straightaway.
Ed Noel, and then here comes the 07 of Daniel Harris to the outside of Noel, side by side for 2nd. Hibner again shows the way, and now move Daniel Harris back up to 2nd as a spin in turn number 4.
That's the 3Y of Blaine Yantz, and that'll bring out the 2nd caution of this feature.
Out of Hibner, side by side for the lead out of turn number 2. Will Ed Noel hang on? Looks like he won't. Little contact back in the field. Noel launches into 2nd. Here comes the 07 of Daniel Harris looking to get side by side with Noel, but Hibner continues to lead. Noel in 2nd. It's going to be Harris in the 3rd position and Galvin in 4th.
Galvin takes that 4th position away. Blake Pierce and Cadwalder now batting for that 5th position. Move Cadwalder into 5th. He works around Blake Pierce. Daniel Harris trying to fight back for that 2nd position, but out front it's still the 22L of Lonnie Hibner.
Hibner shows the way, 7 laps down as he completes out of turn number 2. Nolix to the inside. Galvin with some heavy pressure on the 07 car of Harris. Galvin nearly collects the outside wall, the retaining wall down the backstretch, able to hang on very quickly. Here comes Hibner with the lead as it continues on up front. Ed Noel right on his tail.
Hibner did everything but jump the cushion over there in turn number 4, and he hangs on to the lead for now, but Ed Noel's working the bottom. He will look to take the lead into turn number 3.
And Noel side by side for the lead with Hibner through 3, through 4. Both get a little out of shape, but it's going to be Hibner who will take that position away. And here comes 07 of Daniel Harris side by side for 2nd as they go into turn number 1.
Daniel Harris working the outside of the racetrack now will drive up into 2nd. He moves around Ed Noel, and he's right there behind Lonnie Hibner. Hibner working the top. Daniel Harris right up against the cushion. Ed Noel on the bottom. Move Daniel Harris into 2nd.
Hibner continues to show the way. Daniel Harris now has got some side set right on his back end. Looks to the inside. Harris looks to the inside of Hibner. Not able to do it as Hibner shuts the door. Harris right on his back end again as he goes to the high side in the cushion. Side by side is Galvin and Noel get into it. Back in the 3rd spot as they come to the start-finish line.
Ed Noel and Chase Galvin made a little bit of contact. Daniel Harris has to stay patient here. He's going to get a run off of turn number 2. He works to the inside. He'll look into the inside into turn number 3. Hibner tries to pinch him low. That might not have been the best move as off of turn number 4. It's a drag race. It's still the 22L of Lonnie Hibner.
Hibner still shows the way by a hair's breadth as he comes to the start-finish line. Again, Daniel Harris puts some pressure on him in the back. Here comes Ed Knoll to the inside, looking to the inside of Harris. Great battle for first, second, and third. Again, it's Hibner to the top side. 2 laps to go this time by. Who will it be? Hibner continues to run up front. It's going to be Harris to the outside and Knoll the inside in turn 2.
Ed Knoll working the top. Daniel Harris up top. Ed Knoll on the bottom. It's still single file. Daniel Harris drives it in deep on the inside. He'll try to slide up. The door is going to stay open for Hibner, and he will lead as the white flag is out one more time around I-35 Speedway.
1 more lap to go. Hibner with the lead. Here comes Daniel Harris on the inside, side by side for the lead. Will they have lap traffic in front of him? Here comes Galvin to the outside. He'll move up to position 3, side by side for the lead. Now a 3-way battle for first. Here they come out of turn number 4. They get side by side. It's going to be Hibner. Hibner gets the win. We'll have to see who the officials call second, third, and fourth as they came to the line. But what a race by Hibner to hold off the rest of the field and get the win.
I don't think anyone thinks this race is over yet out there, but what a race. The 22L of Lonnie Hibner did everything he could to hang on to that one. Chase.
The green flag comes out and the race is on.
Gerald Wawasek and Jeff Dixon, that's your front row, and it's going to be Wawasek with the nose into turn number 1, but Dixon's going to go to the cushion of the racetrack. He'll try to use that momentum on the high side. They're still door-to-door down the back straightaway, but your leader into turn 3 is the 11W of Wawasek.
Wawasek very quick, and again, side by side, he had the early lead. Here they come side by side for the lead out of turn number 4. It's going to be Jeff Dixon who will lead lap number 1. Wawasek right there with them in that second spot as they go into turn number 2.
Dixon works around Wawasek on the top side and now has about a half-car length lead into third. William Dahl, he sits third. The 37C of Corky Klim fourth, and then Matt Menard rounds out your top 5.
Again, Dixon, Wawasek right on his tail as he goes into turn number 1. Wawasek looks to the inside. Can't make the pass as Dixon shuts the door. Here comes Wawasek battling back again, right on the bumper of Dixon as they come inside of turn number 3. Wawasek getting loose. He tries to hang on to it, but he's going to lose a position as they come out of turn number 4.
Wawasek gets too loose. He'll drop a position, move Dahl up to second, and Wawasek back to third, and that's going to open up a big lead for Jeff Dixon.
Jeff Dixon now about a half a car length, or about a half a front stretch lead or back stretch lead as he comes out of turn number 4. He's got Dahl a distant second back, and then Wawasek now in the third position, trying to make up all that ground, hoping for a caution flag. Right now, Jeff Dixon hoping it stays green the rest of the way as he leads the field down into turn number 3.
Dixon still out front by about a half straightaway. Dahl second, Wawasek third, Klim fourth, Menard fifth, and Yance in 6th. Everyone single file out on the racetrack right now.
5 laps down with 7 laps remaining for Dixon. Again, your points leader taking it out of turn number 2. Now Dahl getting some pressure from Wawasek for that second position. Wawasek closes up on Dahl down the backstretch and into turn number 3. Wawasek looks to the inside of Dahl, but it's Dixon showing the way at the start-finish line.
So Jeff Dixon still running away with this one. William Dahl, he's going to have company again from the 11W of Wawasek as Wawasek works back to his back bumper. And everyone else still spaced out here on the racetrack.
Wawasek definitely likes that inside line. Dahl comfortable with that middle line or the top side. Here comes Wawasek again. That battle for second continues on. Dixon goes by the start-finish line, continuing to lead. Here's Wawasek to the inside of Dahl. Not able to make the pass as he didn't get the momentum coming through the corner, but again looks to the inside of Dahl, side by side as they come out of 2.
Dahl will try to use that high side momentum, but a little bit of drive off the corner for Wawasek, not able to get all the way to his inside as Dahl works the top side. Wawasek works the low side, but it's still Dahl with second at the line.
Dahl trying to hold off Wawasek. Dahl to the top side. Wawasek to the inside. So far, Wawasek not able to make that pass stick. This time they're side by side. Wawasek hits the gas. They're side by side, remaining that way as they go into turn 3. Still side by side as they head into 4.
Wawasek still working the low side of the racetrack. Dahl just uses that cushion, hangs on to second. Back there for that 4th position. Move the 19. No, the 37 hangs on to it. Corky Klim still 4th, but Menard working to the inside for 4th.
Again, it's Dixon showing the way very quickly out of turn number 4. They'll have 2 laps to go this time by as Dixon goes across the start-finish line. Meanwhile, Wawasek looks again to the inside of Dahl as they go into turn number 1.
And this time, Wawasik's going to have a good corner, and it looks like he's going to get the drive off of 2. This time, he's going to stay even with him in a turn number 3 as the white flag is out for Jeff Dixon one more time around I-35 Speedway.
Jeff Dixon leading as he goes into turn 1. Got a comfortable lead. Wawasik to the inside of Dahl again as that battle for second continues to rage on. Meanwhile, it's Dixon by a commanding lead as he heads into turn number 3. He'll come out of turn number 4. Here comes Jeff Dixon out of the corner. He'll get the win as Jeff Dixon gets the win. Here comes that battle for second. Wawasik on the inside. Dahl on the outside. Here they come to the start-finish line. It's going to be Dahl followed by Wawasik.
As at the line for 4th, that battle continues, and it looked like it was the 19 of Matt Menard that hung on to that 4th position, and Corky Klim will round out your top 5.
So Jeff Dixon gets his 5th feature win. There he is in the 88 car. Jeff Dixon, you're...
I'm Austin Johnson, and for some of the best USRA racing around, watch I-35 Speedway on JC Cheeseworks. Thanks.
Bob Reber looks him over. They hit the gas out of turn 3, out of turn 4. The green flag is out. Oh, the race is on.
Ryan Middahl lead the field into turn number 1. Ronnie Woods and Austin Johnson will battle for second. It's going to go to Johnson. Johnson will drive back up to about a car length back from Woods. Houston Johnson and Ronnie Woods, they're going to battle for third into turn 3.
Woods looks very quick, but not able to get the start he wanted to, but right up there in that battle. But Middahl leads lap number 1 with Johnson in the second spot. A 3-wide battle back in the middle of the field as they came across into turn number 1.
As everyone really kind of running where they started right now. No real moves being made as it's Middahl up front. Johnson second, Ronnie Woods third, Houston Johnson fourth, Mark Dotson and Dennis Elliott, they're battling for that 6th position.
Good battle back in the field again as Elliott looks to the inside, tries to get inside Dotson. He does so. Now he sets his sights on Houston Johnson as it looks like Dotson crossed up a little bit in front of Shane Lawson, able to keep it in command. Here they come across the start-finish line. It's going to be Middahl continuing to show the way.
Dennis Elliott trying to make the bottom work. He'll move up into 4th that time by. We're 3 in, 17 to go.
Dennis Elliott gets by Johnson. Johnson battles back right on his bumper as they come into 3 to the outside of Elliott. He goes to the outside, side by side for that position as they come out in turn number 4. Looks like Elliott is going to hang on for position number 4. As again, Middahl continues to lead as he heads into turn 3.
Ryan Middahl has put together a great race so far as he continues to lead. He's stretching it. He's about a half straightaway now as we are 5 laps in.
15 laps to go as Middahl takes it through the middle of the corner, bunches up a little bit towards the cushion, then comes off. It's going to be Houston Johnson a little bit further back in the field. Austin Johnson there in the second spot as he comes out of turn number 2. But it's Middahl that continues to lead as he comes by the start-finish line.
So it's Middahl, Johnson, Woods, Elliott, Dotson. Then he comes Houston Johnson, Shane Lawson, Anthony Logston, and John Hansen.
Again, Middahl really likes that cushion as he comes to riding out of turn number 4. He'll complete lap number 7 with 13 to go. Continuing to show the way, Johnson comfortably in second. As the caution flag comes out for a spin in turn number 4.
Middah's going to wait into the middle of 3 and 4. He's going to choose now, and everyone was ready for it as Austin Johnson and Ronnie Woods. Woods is going to take the restart into that 2nd position.
See who makes the most of it here. Looks like Ronnie Woods moving up to that 2nd spot. Here comes Austin Johnson to his outside for that 2nd position. Meanwhile, move Elliott up into 4th and now maybe up into 3rd as he'll go inside of Austin Johnson battling for that spot as we have a spin. Still able to continue on, so the leaders continue on as Middahl with a sizable lead. Now move Elliott up into 2nd as he comes out of turn number 2.
Dennis Elliott's got that car working. A little bit of contact down the back straightaway last time between Woods and Johnson, and that's messed those guys up just a little bit as now Dennis Elliott moves into 2nd.
Elliott continues on. And in that 2nd spot, now he'll try to make up that ground on Middahl as Middahl got a little bit high coming out of the corner. Austin Johnson battling back outside of Woods as they go down into turn number 3, looking for that 3rd spot side by side for 3rd as they come out of 4.
Johnson all the way up at the top, up against the cushion. He's going to make that cushion work, and he is up into the 3rd place position as Ryan Middahl received halfway that time by. We're 10 and 10 to go.
Again, Austin Johnson now has that 3rd spot, but Woods battling back to the inside, trying to keep that spot or take it away from Austin Johnson. Here they come. Down out of turn number 4. Austin Johnson now with about a car length lead, but Middahl really showing the way up front. And Elliott in that 2nd spot, a distant 10 car length lead back into the 2nd spot.
As Mark Dotson is making his charge back up, he's moved back up into the 6th position, but right now this race still all about the 21 of Ryan Middahl.
Middaugh continues to lead through the middle of the corner. Down on the apron goes the 29 car as that 98 car goes up in smoke in turn number 2. Austin Johnson, who was looking at least a second or third place finish, all of a sudden a big puff of smoke, and that car shutting down as he goes into turn number 2. Row number 1, Elliott to his inside in row number 2. Here we go. Green flag is out and we're back underway.
Middaugh cut that car hard and waited a little bit longer on that restart, and he's going to go right to the top side of the racetrack. Elliott works the bottom as Mark Dotson. He's going to split Houston Johnson and Ronnie Woods, move Dotson up into third.
Boy, Dotson was really quick as he shot the gap, made it 3 wide, moves up into third. Now he's going to challenge for second, coming down the start-finish line. Again, it's Middaugh showing the way at the high side. It's Elliott to the low side. He tries to close up that gap. He's got about 2 or 3 car lengths, and then here comes Elliott down to the inside again, challenging for the lead. A little bit slower as it comes at this time out of turn number 4, but Elliott is going to get the lead as Middaugh clips the wall coming out of the turn number 4, and then here comes Dotson. He'll challenge for that second spot as he comes out of 2.
And a big mistake from Ryan Middaugh might have cost him this win. He's going to have to regroup and drive back to the front as that car is going away quickly. Real loose off of turn 4 again as Elliott's working the bottom and seems to be driving away with this one.
Elliott continuing to lead now is again Middaugh goes a little bit higher. Dotson follows suit, goes right behind him. He'll close up. Now looking the inside as a caution flag comes out for a spin in turn number 2. 2 cars collected each other there in. Here comes Elliott. He'll take him to the top side. He'll diamond down for the restart. Here we go. Green flag is out and we're back underway.
As the field gets checked up a little bit behind, it's Dennis Elliott leading into turn number 1. Ryan Middaugh going to drive that car hard in the middle of 1 and 2. Mark Dotson, he slips up a little bit. He hangs on to that 3rd position. Houston Johnson looks for 4th, but Dennis Elliott driving away on the restart.
Here comes Dotson. He'll look to the inside right behind Middaugh, trying to take up position 2, but it's Elliott who continues to show the way. Lap number 16 with 4 to go.
So as now Dennis Elliott, he's working the bottom. Ryan Middaugh, he's trying to make the bottom work, trying to get back to the 29 of Dennis Elliott. But he's going to go back to the top side now. That's where Mark Dotson is as well. Ronnie Woods struggles back there a little bit and move Houston Johnson up to 4th.
Battle for that 4th position is again Houston Johnson able to take it away. Ronnie Woods trying to take that position back instead, but it's going to be Johnson who's going to hang on to 4th. Meanwhile, up front, that battle starts to heat up for the lead as Elliott takes it out of turn number 4. Here comes Middaugh right on his tail end as they come to the start-finish line. Middaugh challenging for the lead. Elliott on the inside, Middaugh on the outside.
It took a couple laps to get that high side back working, but Ryan Middaugh has got it. He's going to give a shove to the 29 of Dennis Elliott into turn number 3. Elliott going to slide up to the top of the racetrack. Middaugh going to jump the cushion a little bit one more time around I-35 Speedway.
White flag, 1 more lap to go. Here they come into turn number 2. Elliott on the inside, Middaugh on the outside. Who will it be for the win? Elliott down the backstretch and into turn 3. Middaugh looks to the outside, Elliott on the inside. It looks like Elliott may hang on. Here comes Middaugh to challenge. As they come to the start-finish line, it'll be Elliott followed by Middaugh and then Dotson.
Houston Johnson takes home 4th, and then Shane Lawson moves into the top 5 there in the final couple laps.
Dennis Elliott gets win number 7 in the USRA Modifieds here tonight at the Pro Ag Night at the Races. Dennis Elliott with his 7th feature victory tonight.
I'm John Ross, driver of the number 64 E-Mod. For the best in E-Mod action, come to I-35 Speedway and watch us on Cheeseworks videos.
Oh, Bobby Lopez in control of the field on the pole position in the 1 car. Looking for the green flag start from Bob Reber, the flagman in the perch, looking them over slowly down the backstretch. Into turn number 3. And coming slowly into turn number 4. Lopez looks at the start line, and the green flag is out, and the race is on.
Lopez and Sauter are even at the line. They're going to be even at turn number 1. And it's Lopez that will take the advantage through 1. They're 3 wide for second. They'll settle that down to 2 wide. Ainsworth looks to take second into turn 3.
And it is Ainsworth that continues to look at the inside, trying to take over that spot. Goes a little bit slideways. A 3-wide battle for second as they come to the start-finish line.
Asher trying to throw his nose in there, but that door, it keeps getting shut as Sauter and Ainsworth continue to battle while it's Bobby Lopez that is driving away by a couple of car lengths. Asher still trying to find a way through. He's going to try to look to make it 3 wide off of turn number 4. Won't quite get the drive there, but it's Ainsworth that takes second.
And a piece of sheet metal came off the car. Looks like maybe the 1L car comes out of the front stretch here on the inside line. So a piece of black sheet metal there, maybe shut off the one car as they came to the start-finish line on the front stretch. Everybody pointing to that there on the front stretch. Again, a piece of black sheet metal on the front stretch as the guys come here on the front, come around the track. Looks like Lopez will continue to lead as he goes out of turn number 2.
Lopez still out front. Asher working there to his inside. Asher's got the battle. He's going to work to the inside. Lopez is up top. It's Ainsworth and Pugh now battling for second. Ross still third. McCarr still fourth. But Justin Asher, he's got a fast car as he works into turn number 3.
Asher looks to the inside of Lopez, trying to get that pass. He'll dive down low. Lopez and Asher. Here comes Asher. He'll lead the next lap as they come by the start-finish line and into turn number 1.
Justin Asher, he's got a fast race car, and now he is out front as Ainsworth and Sauter still continue to battle. Sauter's got that third position now, but Ainsworth, he's got the top side. As now a little bit of contact between McCarr, Ross, and Sauter. That's going to allow Ainsworth to slip away for third.
Asher still showing the way up front. Lopez in the second spot. And now Ross trying to move up into that fourth position. He looks very quick as they come out of turn number 2. Ainsworth trying to close up on Lopez, but Asher showing the way as he comes out of turn 4.
So it's Justin Asher, your leader. Bobby Lopez second. Gary Ainsworth third. John Ross fourth, Sauter in fifth, McCarr sixth, Corey Myers seventh, Shawnee Lanning eighth, Josh Adkins in ninth, and then Leroy Morrison rounding out your top 10.
And Asher now with about a 4-car length lead over Bobby Lopez as they come to the start-finish line to complete lap number 8 as they come by with 4 laps remaining. Lopez, and here comes Ainsworth trying to close up in that second spot. And here comes Ross closing up on Ainsworth for position number 3.
John Ross has just slowly kept his car straight all season long, and he's put together a string of solid top 5s. But this race right now just being dominated by the 74 of Asher is Justin Asher is putting it to the rest of the E-Modifieds tonight.
Again, Asher with a sizable lead. Ross trying to look at the inside of Ainsworth for the second spot. They have 2 laps to go as Bobby Lopez, or as Asher comes to the line. Here comes Lopez in the second spot. He's got Ainsworth right behind him and Ross right behind him as well.
So it's 2 to go as Asher has clear sailing, but Bobby Lopez, he's got company back there for second. Ainsworth and Ross right there. Sauter solidly in that 5th position as off of turn number 4. The white flag is out for the 74 of Justin Asher.
Asher safely takes it into the middle of turns 1 and 2. The battle still continues on for that second spot. Lopez trying to hang on. Now here comes Ross inside of Ainsworth for the 3rd position. Ross looks to the inside. Asher takes it through turns 3, turn 4. It'll be Asher who will get the win. Who will finish 2nd, 3rd, and 4th? It looks like Lopez will finish in 2nd spot. Then it'll be Ainsworth and Ross as they come to the start-finish line. So Asher,
quite a crazy modified race there, but first your heat race, it looked like you struggled a little bit. What'd you do in between the heat and the feature to get this car working for that 20 lap?
New stuff obviously it did not work because it was terrible, and I thought I had something broke there, and I just could roll the bottom. I could start to get a good launch off, but I think I had a painter bar mount or something slide down on it. The last 4 or 5 laps deal I was hanging on just because it was so tight I couldn't turn it.
Yeah, you used a lot of patience in that features. You started 7th, just kind of picked them off one at a time. The track looked a little bit difficult tonight, especially up there at the cushion, and the 21 made a little bit of a mistake there, and then you were able to get the lead.
Yeah, he did, and the problem was he was carrying so much speed, and I was trying to enter at the same speed, and if you did, I'd overdrive it, especially in 3 and 4, because there was a place where you could get all 4 wheels in down here, and I mean, it just about pulled the bottom end out of the motor, and it was real good. But I just had to shut down. But then if you shut down too much, you'd shove the nose in the center, so it was pretty tricky to get around there tonight. But and Ronnie Woods and Mark, I mean, those 3 got their stuff together and been running really well everywhere they've went. So to pass those guys is, you know, I feel like we had a good car because those guys are on top of their game now.
And anyone you'd like to thank that helped you pick up your win tonight?
I want to thank my dad here. I got Jim Tull at Tull Farms, and I got Donnie and Shanna Miller and Nathan and Nikki Head here tonight, and they're friends of mine that all come down. And just thank all the fans here in the stands for coming out, and And like I say, it was a good night. I never would have dreamed we'd to here, but things went right.
Congratulations. USRA Modified feature winner tonight, the 20 Dennis Elliott. To the 88 of Jeff Dixon, our USRA stock car feature winner tonight. And a good field of stock cars. We had some guys that kind of invaded the I-35 Speedway, but it didn't matter as you were able to get a front row starting position and roll out front and win this one by a good margin.
Yeah, it helps when you start up front, and I always like starting on the outside, and I knew if I could get on the outside on that first lap that I could hopefully hold them off, and car's running really good, so handling good. So.
Yeah, you were able to start on the outside, and that's where the dominant line seemed to be here for most of the night. You got outside and were able to work around the 11W.
Yeah, I liked running the outside, and there's a lot of moisture up there tonight. It's more moisture tonight than what it normally is, and we weren't sure with the setup, but we got it right, I guess, so it worked out.
And anyone like to thank to help you pick up your win tonight?
Yeah, I always got to thank my dad. He's the one that brings it over here and keeps it running, does all the work on it, puts all the money into it. And all my family. We actually picked up a new sponsor tonight. I'd like to thank them. It's TNT Construction out of Lamoni. And then we got Barry Wood Construction, WW Motorsports, Drew Davis, attorney at law. That's about it.
Congratulations, that's your USRA stock car feature winner tonight, the 88 of Jeff Dixon. Now work over to the 91 of CJ Turner. CJ, we haven't seen you as much at I-35 Speedway this season, but when you do come here, you bring a fast race car. You pick up your second win at I-35 this season.
Yeah, we love the racetrack here, and the car likes it. It got a lot of rain this week. I didn't know what it would be like, but it turned out to be a real good track.
Yeah, and you were able to get out front early, but you had those hard chargers behind you, Bo Wells and some of those other guys. What did you have to do to keep them behind you?
Oh, anytime Bo's behind you, you got to be pretty smooth. And he's really good at this racetrack, especially. So you got to stay in your line and be smooth. So, and we did, and we got lucky. And Justin Atkins is just as fast too. So you just got to try to stay on point.
Congratulations, that's your pure stock feature winner tonight, the 91 of CJ Turner. As we now work over here to the half crazy of John Willard. And John, we're seeing here very often at I-35 this season, but tonight it was a little bit different. We had some invaders to the Speedway, some rainouts around the area, brought some new cars, and they were some fast cars, but you're able to get it done tonight.
Yeah, I know Bobby Shane. He is fast. And what was that, second or third lap, he had that flat. That was kind of bad for the fans because I think they were going to see another night like the night when the Mustangs showed up. I still think I'd have got him. But Bobby's a tough competitor. I've raced with him up there at Corning where his home track is. He's been down here. He's been over to Atchison when they were there. And we're ready. I mean, I invited him back for anytime he wants to show up because he's just good people, and he's a clean driver. He puts on a show for the fans, and that's what we all here for. We want a show for the fans, and we want competitiveness, and we want to drive.
Congratulations, that's your Sport Compact feature winner tonight, the half crazy of John Willard. And now we work our way to our Grand National feature winner, the 20 of Chad Fuller. And Chad, this car looked like it was a little bit of a handful tonight with the racetrack, but you just kept your foot down and were able to pick up the win tonight.
Yeah, it was pretty rough, but the track was pretty good. Car's fast. Got to give it to the Johnsons for letting us do this every week. Love racing against them. They both do really good in A-mods. Thanks to Fat Cat Motorsports, Travis Cadwallader, Tiffany Cadwallader, and Tyler. They make it happen for me.
Yeah, and you pick up, I think, your 8th win this season. So you and Houston Johnson continue to go back and forth tonight. He had a little bit of issues, but looking towards the rest of the season, what are you looking for?
I'm looking forward to running next to him, having fun. Hopefully not trading paint, but that's racing. Congratulations,
that's your Grand National feature winner tonight, the 20 of Chad Fuller. Now we'll work our way to the 22L of Lonnie Hibner. And Lonnie, what a race in the USRB Modifieds. You got out front. You couldn't quite see what was going on behind you, but these guys were all over you.
Yeah, I wish we hadn't had any cautions, but that's the way it is. But I want to thank Matt Lent tremendously for letting me drive this car this year. This is the 4th night out since 2006. And he is willing to let me drive this car a few times. And my son right there, he hasn't been since he was 1 year old, and now he brought me some good luck.
Let's just talk about that last lap a little bit. Is Daniel Harris has been poking his nose a couple times on the inside of you. That last lap, you see him down there, you kind of drive to the inside. Harris goes to the outside, and then it kind of all mayhem broke loose coming to the checkered flag.
Yeah, I wanted to try to change his lineup a little bit and hoping that it would work, but he still got to the outside of me a little bit, and I know I rode him a little high to the wall, but it turned out all right.
I will say it was a great race for the fans, and you did a great job. Anyone else you'd like to thank tonight to help you pick up your win?
Just Dawn for coming and helping tonight, Elijah, my son, Rochelle, some family members that came in, and just want to thank everybody for watching and cheering people on, and it's a fun sport.
Congratulations. That's your USRAB Modified feature winner tonight, the 22L winner interview of the night. And we will talk to the 11 of Jeremy Turner. And a solid race tonight. You didn't put 1 foot wrong tonight. You just stayed up there next to the cushion and picked up the win.
Yeah, the track was great. I was glad to see that it went tacky instead of going dry slick like it always does. And this big old heavy thing with those new tires stuck great, so it's nice.
And anyone you'd like to thank that helped you pick up your win tonight?
For sure, I cannot thank this man right over here enough. Mickey Fleehart, the president of the club. He's been running this thing for the last 17 years, and he's just dynamite. He painted this car, and he's painted numerous other vehicles. He's always working on these things and making sure that we all get out to the races. So it's all thanks to him, for sure.
Congratulations. That's your Show Me Vintage Racers Heat feature winner, the 11 of Jeremy Turner. And thank you for everyone coming out to I-35 Speedway for Pro Ag Night at the races. We'll do it all again next weekend here at I-35 Speedway for more dirt tracking at its best.